Well, everybody, welcome to our channel. Two guys on a couch talking about movies. As always, you got Tourettes and my man Crawl. And today, Crawl, what movie are we talking about?
All right, Tress, we're going to be talking about the Marvel movie, Thor: Love and Thunder.
And how did you like Thor: Love and Thunder, Crawl?
Well, coming from a guy who likes comic book movies, or comic books itself, I have to say that I really enjoyed the movie. Because again, it's Thor. How can you not like it? The only thing I had to say about it was Thor the character himself was a very big disappointment. And it's not because of Chris Hemsworth's fault. It's about how the producers portrayed him in it. That's all I have to say. The rest of the cast of the movie, phenomenal.
Her.
Lady Thor, Jane Foster,
Awesome.
loved her. Probably my favorite character in the movie.
Same here, favorite character.
But Christian Bale, awesome villain. I think he plays a good any kind of comic book movie. Plays a great movie in them. Batman.
Yeah.
But what about you? How do you think? How did you like it?
I'm with you 100%. Now, at first, after we got out of the movie, I was so disappointed. And I was like, this movie was just like one big, corny run-on joke. And then, you know, like a day or two after, I thought about it, and it wasn't. This movie was good. The storyline was great. The characters were awesome. I mean, Valkyrie hit it. Jane Foster hit it. The villain, Gore, hit it. The only person, well, there's two people that didn't hit it, but Chris Hemsworth's Thor in this movie was horrible. And it wasn't the movie, but every time he came on scene, it seemed like it had to be one run-on, corny joke, which just didn't sit well with me. And I came out of that movie thinking, like, what the heck? This was just stupid. And then two that I didn't like was Fat Russell Crowe as Zeus. I'm sorry, a Russian Zeus. I don't understand that one either. But that, I was like, are you kidding me?
I didn't like the way he portrayed Zeus in any shape, way, or form.
No.
I'm like, what is this? This is not a god at all.
No.
And I didn't like it. And then the Russian part also kind of got me off. Became like, wait, what?
It's a Greek god or a Roman god. How are you coming from Russia? That's what I want to know. But all in all, the movie was very, very good. And I gotta say, like, you know, Natalie Portman, Jane Foster, Mighty Thor definitely was my favorite character. But, dude, I loved Christian Bale as the villain. I mean, his story, becoming the villain, was awesome.
I like that too. I like the way that they showed how he became the villain. A little quick backstory on him.
Yeah.
That was really good. I liked it. And I also said to say that Lady Thor, Jane Foster, was my favorite character as well. I didn't think I was going to like it too much, but when she first came on the scene, woo, I fell in love. How she bulked up for the movie, definitely looked good.
Yeah, no, she hit the role perfect. Another thing I want to say that I didn't quite like about the movie is the graphics. They seemed a little bit too cartoonish to me. And maybe it was just the way that they were portraying Thor in this. It just seemed like they didn't hit the spot for me. They didn't hit it like they did in the other Thors or the Avengers or any of the Marvel movies. It seemed like they went backwards and made it seem more like I said, cartoonish.
Well, like you told me earlier, you saw online that you read before we saw the movie, that Chris Hemsworth said that this movie could have been written by a 4-year-old.
Yep.
And
definitely see how
I can definitely see how he thought that, and that could be the reason why it looked cartoony to you.
It may have. But like again, all in all, the movie was very, very good. I mean, the storyline was awesome. I mean, the way they brought in Jane Foster, the way they brought in the villain, the way that they went after the villain was awesome. Another pet peeve I got a lot of pet peeves about this movie.
Well, Thor is your favorite character, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. I love Thor. So to see him portrayed that way, it hurts. It hurts me deep. Because I loved all the movies. I loved all the Thors. I loved Thor in all the Avengers. I wasn't a super fan of Fat Thor, but he still played Fat Thor good. This was just No, it wasn't Thor at all. It was
But
like
I
an
can see why
immature
he became fat because
child.
of everything that happened. So I can see that. I like that.
And that's
I
why,
like that.
and that's what I said. I was okay with Fat Thor. I wasn't. It wasn't like, oh man, yeah, Fat Thor. Then, yeah, I want to see Fat Thor some more. But I understood why he became Fat Thor.
I don't think I have anything that bad about the movie besides the way that Thor was portrayed. Other than that, the rest of the movie was fantastic. I can't wait for the next one to come out.
Definitely. I'm even though I was disappointed with Thor, this movie, I'm definitely looking forward to another Thor. I love Thor, and I even think Chris Hemsworth plays a very, very, very good Thor. I'm always looking forward to seeing him as Thor.
Like go ahead.
I don't know. I forgot what.
Oh, well, like my favorite scene in the movie wasn't even had nothing to do with Thor himself.
Right.
It was Lady Thor entrance and how she came in. That was my favorite scene because again she came right in like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna take a little bit longer, maybe a half hour into the movie, but no, she came right off the bat like she was freaking lightning. I don't know, but thunder.
We'll say thunder.
But that was the best scene. My favorite, actually, I had to say my favorite scene in that movie was when she first came about in that battle.
I agree with you. That's one of my favorite scenes because I do have to say my favorite character in this movie was Jane Foster, Mighty Thor. And yeah, the first time you see her throw Mjolnir was awesome.
Oh
that part was like, what? It's like, yeah, boy. I was like, yeah, no, that's how you're supposed to do it.
If I was regular Thor, I would be very disappointed. I would be very sad because how that she threw that hammer and what happened to it. Ooh, I loved it.
And I gotta say that I would say my favorite part of the movie is when Thor confronts Zeus. And the reason why I gotta say that is because at that part of the movie, you finally get Thor. And it's just for like a shimmer of a moment. But you finally get Thor. And I'm like, yes, finally he's back. And then, of course, they go away from that. But
until the end.
Until the last fight scene. Then you finally get Thor again at the end of the movie. But yeah, you got a glimpse of like, oh my gosh, he's coming. You're going to see Thor. I mean, I was hyped up at that. I'm like, good.
The real reason why I didn't like that with Thor is because he's not supposed to be the comedic relief of the movie. It's supposed to be Korg. Like, Korg, when first Korg came in Ragnarok, right? Yeah,
Ragnarok, yep.
You knew he was the comedic relief. And that's what he was in this movie as well. But adding Thor to that, it was, no, Thor, you're supposed to be the god of thunder, dude. You're not the god of joke.
Corniness.
Thank you.
I mean, it's played so. I mean, you get what we're saying here. Man. We just didn't like. We liked the movie. We just didn't like how they portrayed Thor. 97% of the movie. So we got both of our favorite part of the movie. What was your least favorite part of the movie, Crawl?
There's not a particular part in the movie. It's pretty much the whole movie itself of how Thor was portrayed. That's pretty much how I have to say that and give my reasoning about that. It was just how he portrayed was probably the worst part of the movie.
Okay, I know. I agree with you on that. Like we've been saying in this video, definitely agree. But I do got to pinpoint my least favorite part of the movie. And that is, it also goes with pretty much the same scene of my favorite part of the movie. And that is when they go to the city of the gods. And when they're talking about the city of the gods, they're talking about, oh, you're going to see Hercules. You're going to see Zeus. They're talking about all these B.A. gods. And you're like, yeah, man, I can't wait to see this. And then you get there and you're like, what is this? I was like, are you kidding me? And again, cartoonish. The best god, in my eyes, in that scene, was Korg's. It was Korg's rock god. Well, Crawl, are we ready to rate this movie?
Trust, I think we are. We talked about the good, the bad, and the evil about the movie. So I had to say that my rating on Thor and Love and Thunder would have to be a 3.5 out of 5 millionaires. What about you? What do you rate this?
I'm having a very tough time with this because of the fact of the way they portrayed Thor.
Well,
and
that's why I gave mine.
And it's not sitting well with me. But if I can get past Thor, the movie was good. The storyline was good. So I'm going to go with you, and I'm saying 3.5 Mjolnirs out of 5. I think that says it pretty good.
I agree with that.
That it was good, but could have been a lot better.
Thor was Thor throughout the whole movie.
Well, everybody, there you have it. 2 guys on a couch rate Thor, Love and Thunder, a 3.5 out of 5 Mjolnirs. Thank you for watching our video. Let us know what you guys think about the movie. Let us know what you think about the video. As always, I'm Tourettes, and this is my man, Crawl.
And again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.